Hey yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Matthew Maley for MatthewMaley.com. Well, I just got back from one of the most incredible concerts I've ever been to, so I had to do a quick video before I crashed out, letting you guys know how it was, giving you some ins and outs of it, and telling you to please go see him if you can. As a lot of you guys have seen from my posts, I'm in Arizona, came back for a couple birthday parties, but also because the Weeknd was coming to town. Now, for those of y'all who don't know who the Weeknd is it's tough to even put him in a genre, but if you were going to say he was an R&B artist, from Toronto, is down with Drake, and actually Drake didn't really discover him, but Drake kind of put him on. Drake tweeted about him and then put him on his OVO mixtape, and they have created a crew called OVO XO, because OVO is October's very own, which is Drake's stuff, and then XO is the Weeknd stuff. It's XO Till I Overdose. XO speaks to very nice cognacs are graded either VS, which is very special, VSOP, which is very special old pale, or XO, which I don't even know what XO stands for, but it's something special. And then above that, it's like Louis the 13th, all these other crazy things. But XO is the Weeknd's crew. So after putting out an amazing, one of the best mixtapes ever with House of Balloons, his buzz started to blow up. He subsequently released two other albums, two other mixtapes, for next being Thursday, followed by Echoes of Silence, as well as multiple guest spots on Drake's album, most famously known for Crew Love, which I'll get into, as well as the vocals that were sung on the clean version of Marvin's Room, as well as a few other songs the Weeknd was on it. And then also, he's in the process of re-releasing the trilogy, as he's calling it. It's all been remastered, as well as adding 3 new songs. So keep on the lookout for that. It actually drops on the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think it's on the 13th is when the trilogy's re-dropping. But his style, what really got me about the Weeknd, and for the record, it's just one guy. His name is Abel Tesfaye, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just one dude. People are like, the Weeknd's a group. No. It's the Weeknd is one dude. And it's not spelled like you would normally spell it. T-H-E and then W-E-E-K-N-D. No E in the E-N-D. It's the Weeknd. And the thing that really got to me about him is I love music from a musical standpoint. And the music in all of his albums is so well done. It's such a mixture of R&B and pop and rap and jazz and blues and rock and dubstep and electro and just all of these things just mismatched, and it works so well. And he can go from one song talking about an ex-girlfriend who did him wrong in this beautiful almost like an a cappella falsetto sounding song to the next song talking about, you know, bringing chicks home from the club, banging them out, doing lines on the glass table, getting drunk. Like, it works so well. A lot of times when you hear something like that, when it's so opposite, one doesn't work. Well, with this, everything works so well. So well. So if you haven't checked out The Weeknd, please do that first. Well, you don't have to do it first. Watch this and then check it out. I'm going to put some links in the description to some of my favorite songs of his, some of the most popular songs, so you guys can get an idea who he is. But first off, the show, well, I went to the show with my homegirl Amy, one of my best friends. I actually put her onto The Weeknd a while back, and she's been a huge fan. She's a huge fan of R&B, and so she automatically loved him. I don't like R&B very much, but absolutely loved him. So it shows like how much of an influence he can have. So the show was down at Celebrity Theater, and which is a great venue. Anybody who's never been to a show at Celebrity Theater in Arizona, go there. I don't care what the show is. It's a perfect venue. It's so well set up that you will love whoever you're going to see, for sure. So one of the cool things about Celebrity Theater is it's a spinning stage. Well, sadly, they set this up. Well, I thought sadly when I got there. I was like, man, it sucks. The stage isn't going to spin. because they had like half the area kind of blocked off. Boy, am I happy that the stage didn't spin because it was so worth it for the light show that they did. So we get inside, and one thing that I thought was really cool is they really put a lot of time into the thought process over it. Well, as soon as you walk in, there's hundreds of balloons, House of Balloons being his first album, hundreds of balloons with EXO all over them. I actually put a picture up on my Instagram, so go check that out at Matthew Van of the balloons. I thought looked really cool. And we finally, got a couple things to drink, got upstairs, found some seats, and I actually saw how the setup was. It looked like a pretty decent, stage setup. There were some screens, there were some lights, like a wall of these like reflective lights, and at the current time was a DJ. DJ just playing some random club hits, whatever. So I figured, I got a couple minutes, let's go get some shirts, because I'm all about concert shirts. I love concert memorabilia, especially stuff that says the tour locations, dates, all that. So I want to show you guys the shirts that I got. First off, this is the same shirt that I bought for Amy as well, except she got hers in a female version. This is the standard Weeknd logo, just the XO with the heart in it. That's the Weeknd's, that's his logo. That's just what it is. What the hell's calling me? 5 o'clock in the morning. So that's his standard logo is the EXO shirt. So I had to have that because I'm a Weeknd fan. I gotta have that, and I like that it's the authentic official one. And you can tell it's a nicer quality because they have a lot of bootleg ones up on eBay that I was looking at buying. But I really wanted to support Abel and the Weeknd's brand. So then I was able to get this other one, which this one I had to get. It doesn't look like anything too special on the front. It just says the Weeknd, but the back is what I'm all about. And so it just says The Weeknd, and this is the official concert tour. The Fall is what they're actually calling the tour, is the Fall Tour. And it's got all the different locations on there. Phoenix right there in the middle. Very disappointed he's not coming to Vegas, because I would go and see him again if he was coming to Vegas. But as always, the shirts were mad expensive. Anytime you go and get merchandise at a concert, you're going to pay out the ass for it. But to me, that's totally worth it. Especially since it was the first time the Weeknd had ever even been to Arizona for a show or otherwise. So I thought it was cool that I was there at his first show. So as the DJ got done and we're waiting for him to come out, there was no opening act, just the DJ. And people, everybody chanting together was chanting, Abel, Abel, Abel. So finally, some people start coming out. And what I didn't know is how he was going to do the concert. I'd never seen him perform before. I'd never even watched any videos of him performing because he performed at South by Southwest and at the OVO Fest. But I didn't see either one of them. So I didn't know, is he just coming out here with a beat machine? Is he coming out with a DJ? Is he coming out with a band? Is he coming out with a drummer and a guitar? I didn't know. But what he did was amazing. He came out with a full live band. Drum set, guitar, bass, 2 backup singers, and a guy on keyboard. And it sounded perfect. It was literally incredible. I'm sorry, I'm still amped up from the show. I'm still juiced from the show. It was so incredible. I'm tripping over my words. I was so excited. So he comes out and everybody loses their shit. I mean, they go crazy. Every person in there was screaming like nuts. So he comes out, starts it off with the song Thursday. I wish he would have started with High for this, because it works perfectly, but whatever. Great song to start it off with, great song, whatever. So he starts going into it, and one thing that's cool is all the album artwork on each one of his albums has a very noir, erotic type of feel to it. There's a lot of naked women, or close to naked women, drunk looking, covered with balloons, or covered with scantily, elegant, scantily clad, very, just go look at his stuff for House of Balloons specifically, but very artistic. And that is, if I could use one word for the whole show, I would have to say it's artistic. Everything was very well thought out. From the colors to on the monitors were these videos of the style of pictures that he does, to these really cool lights. They almost looked like they were inside of bottles that would go red and white. and then they had this wall of these little reflective lights all around. And it was very cool because it was very low lighting, but the lighting that they did was very edgy in a way. And it was very like, it really portrayed an artistic feel and an artsy vibe. So he's just going in song after song after song, and literally, I would say at least 75% of people in there knew every single word to at least 75% of the songs. And then I would say about 90% of the people in there knew every single word to about 90% of the songs. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen. In fact, when he came out and did Crew Love, which is the song off of Drake's album, and it's actually funny because in the one part he actually sings, "This ain't a fucking sing-along, so girl, what you singing for?" And that entire first verse, the only words he sang were the first bar. He sang it and heard how loud everybody was singing. He didn't sing anything again until it came back in at, "Now you loving the crew, so you loving the crew." Nothing until then, because we were all singing so loud. It was incredible. And being at the small venue of the Celebrity Theater and having the full band and having everybody so into it, it was unlike any show I'd ever seen. And then seeing, I mean, he's only a 22-year-old kid, but seeing his happiness and excitement of being there made it that much better. Like, the seeing his emotion looked so real, and his happiness and his smiles and his just raw, unfiltered emotion pouring out of him. It was incredible. And I know I'm gushing over how good of a show this was, but I've seen a lot of shows, and all different genres, from rock to rap to, electro, jazz, shit, I've even seen an opera. Like, I've seen a lot of different performances. And this was, I have to say, if it wasn't my favorite, it was my second favorite. The only thing that I'm wrestling with is how do you compare it to EDC, which is a 3-day movement, as opposed to an hour and 15-minute set. I wish it would have gone a little longer, but. So how do you really, how do you compare that? So that was my only thing that I'm not sure of, is how do I compare it, But if it wasn't my favorite, it was my second favorite. And that was not even how much I love the songs, but just based off of how incredibly well it was done from an artistic standpoint. This was a very well thought out show. And one thing that was cool is the lady who's just got done doing the 8 Jay-Z shows at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn flew out the day of the show just to do the lights for this show. And you could tell. Oh, you could tell. And it was cool, like, looking around and seeing everybody, and everybody was in awe. Everybody was just blown away by how well done everything was. How well done the video monitors were. How well done the lighting was. How well done the vocals were. Literally, his vocals sounded as good as he does on album. That never happens. That is the ultimate testament, is to somebody's voice, is to see how they sound in person. Because there are acts that I loved. Then I saw him in person, I was like, yeah. He was not that. He was so good, it made me like him that much more as an artist. Like, I already held him at a very, very, very high regard, just because it was something so new, and it was such a breath of fresh air into the music industry. Now, even that much higher. And it's so cool when you can get an artist that you already liked, but they do so good in either a live show or when you meet them or something like that. Same thing that happened when I met Young Jeezy. That it takes you to that next level, to where now I would say he is without a doubt one of my absolute favorite artists. And it was It was a great experience. I was telling my cousin about it. He was a big Weeknd fan as well. And he actually went into, he didn't go, but he told me before it. He's like, yeah, don't get your hopes up too high. The show's probably not going to be any good. He's probably going to suck live. And even though I went in there with high hopes, like I said, I blew him out of the water with how good it was. And we were talking about it. He was like, what was so good about it, you know? And I explained everything about how artistic it was and everything. And I was like, literally, if I could go and see this show every single weekend, I would. I truly, if it was Friday nights or going to see the Weeknd live, I would see him every single Friday. It was that good. And as you guys know, I identify with music very, very, very much. Music is my lifeblood in a lot of ways. If I had to choose one thing to live that I, could never give up, it would probably be music. Right there with poker, to be quite honest. I would probably rather give up having sex for the rest of my life than give up having music, literally. And I love sex, but I love music even more. Maybe at least until I meet Eva Mendes and she's as good as my dreams. Yeah, I'd still probably like music more. Because music can't nag. Anyway. God, that sounded so sexist. I apologize. I probably just lost like 100 female viewers now. I don't even know if I have 100 female viewers. Damn. I don't know. Maybe now that I'm showing my love for the Weeknd, maybe they'll come out the woodwork. But anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. I'm going off topic. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still so juiced. The show ended at like 11, and I'm still on this much of a music high from it. So I just wanted to let everybody know, if you have a chance, if the Weeknd's coming through to one of your towns, which, there you go, you can see what shows are coming up later. What do we got next? Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, Orlando, Florida, Miami, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Boston, Mass, New York, and the Bronx, and then Montreal and Toronto. If you get a chance to see him, see him. Even if you don't like R&B, see him. Please. From a music standpoint, he's incredible. I've decided, without a doubt, I'm going to the OVO Fest next year. All I gotta do is save up some money. He always performs there with Drake, as well as a bunch of other people from the OVO, movement. So I gotta see him again. Truly incredible. Everything he did, one of my favorite things he did was Glass Table Girls. I mean, he actually did the breakdown, which is my favorite part. It goes into this dubstep sounding kind of breakdown. He did that, and then he did the full version of Rolling Stone. He did so many of like every song that's one of his classics. His version of Wicked Games was incredible. I only wish the only things he didn't do Intuition, which I'm guessing it would have been too difficult because of how many voice alterations are in it. There's so much voice effect in it. I don't think he could have. And he also didn't do Heaven or Las Vegas, which is one of my favorite songs of his. So I wish he would have done those two. I also wish he would have done a little bit longer version of Loft Music and of the Party in the After Party, because Party in the After Party is my absolute favorite Weeknd song, and I love. There's pretty much two breakdowns. There's three breakdowns in that song. Three versions. You have the beginning part, then you have a breakdown to the next, then you have a breakdown to the last part, where he's talking about, I got a new girl, call her Rudolph. She'll probably OD before I show it to mama. That part, love that part. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So, yeah, you guys, if you guys don't know the Weeknd, you don't know anything of what I'm talking about, but check out the links that are about to be posted here. Check them out. You will love him. If you don't, I'm sorry, but you probably will. If you like rap, R&B, soul, jazz, anything like that, you'll probably like him. He's a beast. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I apologize for how all over the place this video was, but it really was an amazing night, and I recommend it to everybody else out there. Go see the Weeknd. You will not be disappointed. Plus, the seats were only like $40, and that I probably would have paid $200, $250 for that. It was that good, in my opinion. And $250 will give me a nice pair of LeBrons. So that's saying something. So let me know if you guys have seen the Weeknd. Let me know what you guys thought. If you guys are fans of him, let me know. I've been down with him since Drake put him on his OVO mixtape. I actually had him, and I didn't even know it. I listened to it, but it didn't click. I thought I was looking for Drake. I didn't hear it. And then my cousin was playing him in the truck, and I got in and I was like, this song sounds familiar. And it was Loft Music. It was the first song I ever re-heard of him. I was like, this sounds familiar. And sure enough, realized I was going through all my old songs and realized that I had it. I'd had it for months. And then after Loft Music, I listened to Party in the After Party. And then I listened to everything, and I just fell in love with that album. House of Balloons is probably the album I played the most in the past 5 years, honestly. In fact, I really can't think of any album I played even half as much as House of Balloons. With maybe, no, because that came out in 96, so never mind. I was going to say Wu-Tang's Wu-Tang Forever, because I played that a lot, too. I played that a lot. But yeah, House of Balloons is definitely my jam, and I played it more times than I can count. So definitely get down with the XO movement, OVO XO, XO to La Overdose, and all the rest of the House of Balloons, Thursday, and Echoes of Silence. Check it all out, check it all out, check it all out. Support a real artist, a dude who's doing it big, doing it from the ground up. Big shout out to The Weeknd, and congrats on all your continued success. So as always, I'm Matthew Maley. This is MatthewMaley.com. Had to get that video done, so now I can take my ass to bed, get some sleep, though I'm so amped up, I'm probably just going to go listen to all 3 of his albums on repeat until I finally fall asleep. But definitely let me know what you guys think. If you've seen him in concert, if you just love him, if you can't wait to see him in concert, if you love my review and my recap of it, if you think I'm way too animated, I apologize. Just don't give me dislikes. I'm tired. Or if you, now that I said it, you probably will. Whatever, I don't care. It's all good. So, as always, thank you guys for checking out my videos. I promise the next video will be much more to the point. It will be all over the place, unless I go see The Weeknd again. But as always, thank you guys for checking out my videos. It's much appreciated. Stay tuned, as always. More videos coming soon. So I will catch you guys on the next video. And on that note, I'm signing off. You can check out the rest of my videos on MatthewMaley.com, or you can check them out on YouTube.com. Search for Matthew Maley Poker. You can also check me out on Facebook, again at Matthew Maley Poker. You can follow your boy on Twitter. I'm at Matthew Maley. And finally, I'm on Instagram. Like I said, got new pictures posted up there from the show, all kinds of stuff. And that is again at Matthew Maley Poker. So, check everything out. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out, y'all.